Paola Nunez is here. Real
Hola.
92.3 Cruz show. Let's go.
prima.
Thank you so much for being here. Gracias.
Hey, Jay Cruz, I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea.
You have a
Serio?
great energy about you, and I know you've had already a long day, and now you got to come in here and hang with us. God
the
bless
pri-
you.
fails,
with
We're
the
so sorry.
primos.
But yeah, we're so sorry that you have to sit in front of this. But thank you very much for coming up here. We really appreciate it, and congratulations on everything. Your plate is full.
Thank you, thank you. So,
You got to
so
take
much.
a deep breath, right?
I'm like,
yeah, no, that's
I can
that's
relax
fine.
now.
Yeah.
It just feels great that I can relax and speak Spanish.
Ah,
Sí,
huevo.
oh, sí, sí, sí. Now, do you put pressure on yourself?
Oh yeah.
Tremendous pressure, or just the average pressure?
Well, I can answer you by saying I have been having insomnia for the last 10 years of my life.
Okay.
So that's how much pressure I
Really?
put on
Have you
myself.
seen somebody for that?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, yeah. Right now I'm much better, but I
Oh,
went
good.
through like hell. And so yeah, it's
So-
a lot of stress.
What do you think causes it? Is it stress?
Oh yeah. And just wanted
There's
to
that pressure
be,
that you're putting on yourself.
pressure and just trying to be perfect and
Mhm.
just trying to be the best at everything. And that's something that has been great for me because thanks to that I am who I am and I'm where I am, I feel, because I'm a hard worker, but
Yeah.
at the same time it took a toll and
Wow.
it's just like it's hard for me to let go in general at night.
Sure.
It's hard for me to just
Sure.
have faith.
And by the way, that's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's the sacrifice. You give everything you have to this one thing, and it gives you a life and a beautiful life, and it gives you these feelings that not everybody feels. These wins and these joys, but it also takes a toll on your life, and sometimes may take a few years off of your life because you're so worried. You have this pressure, and you want to do well. You want to knock it out of the park. You want to be the star. You want to be the leading actor in the movie, right? Am I right?
Totally, totally, yeah. It's for actors is like we work with our emotions all the time,
Yeah.
and it's hard just to get home and get rid of all of that and just
Yeah.
go to
How do you
sleep.
decompress?
Yeah.
Right. That's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
tough.
when you're playing like something or a character that is really intense, then it's just hard to, take it off
Yeah.
at night.
Does it stress you out to talk about stress? Because it stresses me out to talk about stress. So I'm sorry if I'm doing that to you.
No, not at all. And I loved. This is the only subject that I can actually talk about for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Same.
So I love my profession. I love to talk
Sure.
about acting, and this is what I do. This is what I love, and I
I'm
don't
waiting
get
for the
tired
day
of
that
it.
somebody asks me, like, what is it like? What is it like to cry every day? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I am. Listen, I have all the details you need. We can talk about it for hours. What's going on, Leche?
No, I was going to ask. Do you seek for roles that challenge you and make you step out of your comfort zone?
Definitely. I mean, just being here. I was born in Mexico and Tecate here, a border town next to Tijuana. And I have always pushed myself. When I was 19, I moved to Mexico City to become a professional actor, to study acting, and then I started doing telenovelas.
Bien.
And then, which helped me a lot. It keeps, it's a genre that many people don't give enough credit, but I feel that telenovelas made me the complete actor that I think I am today. And then when I was in my comfort zone in Mexico, I was like, oh, wow, I always wanted to come here and work, but I knew that it was a hard thing and I would have to start from zero and the competition. I mean, you're not competing with the rest of the country. You're competing in LA. You're competing with the rest of the world.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, this is what I have to do. So I like feeling that fear.
Mhm.
So fear has always moved me as a positive thing. I mean, fear can be really bad, but it can be really good also because I feel that I need to feel that fear, and that's almost a sign that I'm doing something good.
Yeah.
That I'm in
Yeah.
the right path.
Fear is a good thing.
Yeah.
It is because it makes you rise to the occasion.
Exactly.
If that's what's in you, does it have to be in your DNA, or can anyone rise?
No, I think I really, really strongly believe in hard work. I do.
Yeah, sure.
And maybe it's because the only thing that I can control. There are a lot of things that you can't control.
100%.
But like your sleep, right?
Yeah.
But I feel that if you work really, really hard, you are gonna get the results. Not the results you want always, but like results of the hard work. You are gonna improve your quality of life. You are gonna see you can reach success. I definitely think that.
Yeah, and it's gonna take a while. I look at the camera because the viewers, but it'll take a while. It's gonna take a while. Everybody wants to celebrate the victory, and nobody really necessarily recognizes the path that it took to get there, right?
Yeah.
But that path is vicious, but it can take a while. But if you really throw
definitely.
yourself into it, you got it. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like Purge season 2 on the USA Network and Bad Boys for Life coming out in 2020. Like, where is the work ethic coming from? Besides being Latina, because it's in our blood, is it from a tough upbringing? Is it watching your parents work their asses off?
I think so. That's a great question. My dad was a hard worker. My dad believed in hard work, and that's what I saw when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And my mom is still like she doesn't stop. She's a robot, basically. And
So it's in your DNA.
it's
Yeah.
definitely my
It's who
DNA.
you
But
are.
I do think that at some point, I do believe in hard work.
Yes.
But I also believe in the reward of just being able to enjoy what you worked for.
Mhm.
Because like I see my mom and she doesn't stop, and she
Yeah.
says that she's gonna die working.
Yeah.
She
That's what I
doesn't want to
always say, too.
retire.
That's what I always say.
But I don't. But
You're
I
gonna
don't.
die working.
I don't want that.
Yeah, and that's okay. And that's all right. You want to work so you don't have to work.
Exactly.
I
Like
get
I
that.
do want to retire and then say,
Yeah.
Where do you want to
Fine.
retire at? Like, where do you want to live?
first of all, I want to retire young.
Yeah.
And when I say young, I say 60 for me. That's a young. But
That's young, yeah, sure.
maybe 55.
That's good. That's good age.
Super young. And yeah, maybe 55 is better. And then just chilling, just be home. And I don't want my ideal of just being, just not working, just
Yeah.
being home, enjoying if I have kids, that's going to be great. Enjoying my kids, my pets, just maybe some gardening, just I don't know, traveling more and
yeah, it sounds
just,
good.
enjoying,
That sounds fun right now.
Yeah.
drinking a lot of wine, enjoying life.
Absolutely.
You're making me want to quit right now. I'm going to retire right now.
No, don't retire, Letty. We got more work to do.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
No, but the plan is to work your ass off now
Exactly.
to get to that point. Sure,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
USA Network. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna just ask. At what point in your career did you feel like you're breaking through, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have success outside of Mexico and
Do you struggle with that, Letty? Like success outside of radio?
what you mean?
Do you fear that if you're not on the radio, you won't succeed in?
No,
everything
in my
else you
mind,
wanna
I know
do?
I'm destined for great things.
There he is. That's good. I like that.
I know
confidence.
for a fact I'm gonna
I
crush.
wish I had an.
I promise you. I promise you.
I
I already know. I
Yeah.
already know.
you can see it.
I can see it, and I think my mom would
You
always
see
tell.
it when a lot of people don't, though, and that's so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I got something watching over me. It's crazy,
That's so good.
but no, I feel like I'm gonna crush it. Everything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna
We're
crush it.
interviewing
Wow.
Leche now. Do you have any questions for Leche?
Yes. How?
You just gotta
Please
believe.
teach me.
You just gotta believe love.
Teach me.
This guy will take a beating, get up and smile it off, and then
You
make
have
fun
to.
of everyone who beat him up.
You have to.
Wow. That's
You can't
that,
give them the satisfaction of the morning. You
I
get me?
really admire that.
Yeah.
To say.
You have to.
I'm too in my head to be.
Fuck
that
them all.
loose.
You feel me?
Fuck them all. Listen. So what were you saying, Leche?
Oh, no, yeah. At what point did you feel like you broke through and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna have success outside of just the Mexican Latino market?
I wasn't sure it was if I was gonna if I was gonna be able to have success.
Yeah.
I wanted to try it.
Yeah, because even when we had Eugenio del Besio, he said too, like he feared like he maybe wasn't gonna pop off over here. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I love Eugenio, and
Amazing,
I
too.
feel
That's
that
our guy.
Eugenio and we have like a similar personality. And
Yeah.
I remember watching Eugenio since I was a little kid,
Mhm.
and he inspired
He's
me
such a legend. Yeah.
so
Él
much.
es una niña normal.
And I love him, and I admire him,
Pregúntamelo.
and he has. Wow, I see them. I see him. I don't know why I said them. I see him, and that's what I want to be. You know, that's
he made me
what
want
I
to
want
fight Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he told us the
What?
story. Tell him, primo.
Eddie Murphy. Well, he plays Eddie. He plays the
Donkey,
Yeah,
the
donkey.
voice.
Oh yeah,
Of
Yeah,
Shrek.
right. So he
In
met Eddie
Spanish.
Murphy. He's like, "Hey, I'm you, but the Spanish version." And Eddie was just like, and walked away. Kind of broke his heart because you see American actors are everything, right? And especially an accomplished actor like Eddie Murphy, you know. So I'm like, oh man, I said, yo, you hurt one of us, you hurt
Yeah.
all of us, my G.
Oh my God, I can't.
That
Why?
sucks, yo.
You ruined Eddie Murphy for me.
No,
now.
for me too. You feel me? For me too. But
The Purge season 2 on the USA Network. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very cool. Went from movie to TV. That doesn't always work out. You know what I'm saying? So season 2 is major, right? It's got to feel good, and you guys are working very hard at making it happen.
Yeah, yeah. The Purge was it was a project that I really enjoyed. I was coming from shooting Bad Boys, which was fun but stressful. And then I came into this wonderful project that it was just, and a different genre. You know, in Mexico, I never did what is it? Like Purge, what is it? Horror?
yeah, it's like a thriller.
Thriller, horror.
Yeah, sure.
And
Maybe a little drama.
It was like so different for me, but so fun. It's just pure fun.
Because it's different.
And the character is amazing. I play Esmeralda. Esmeralda. I always said that it sounded like a stripper name.
Esmeralda. I think I've had a few strippers named Esmeralda.
Right?
Wait,
right?
but
right?
no, that's not their
Esme.
stage name.
Esme, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming up on stage,
Yeah,
Esme, 2 for 20.
Esmeralda.
It sounds like a name to be announced, not like a strip club DJ announcement, but
Well,
it sounds like a strong
In
name, I
Mexico,
believe.
yeah.
It's very as
Coming to
present.
the
I mean, like a
stage.
fake name. That wouldn't be her name,
That's a fake
right?
name, but for sure.
For sure, like a fake name
Yeah.
for a stripper. Anyway, my character's not a stripper. I play Esmeralda, who's an NFFA employee. She works for the government. So, you guys, you know the premise of the Purge, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
12
think
Some
hours.
people believe we should have an actual purge, and I'm like, no, I don't think that's the
That's the
move.
answer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a that'll be a very scary day.
Really scary. They always ask me, what would you do? Who would you purge? And I'm like, what would I do? I would go to a safer place. So I would go to Mexico.
See. Well, although people will argue.
If the purge, that's
Mexico
why I
isn't
like
necessarily
saying
safe.
Well, see, Mexico, the purge is Mexico right now.
that. Wait, no. I mean, if the purge, where's
What happened?
if the purge existed, Mexico would be safer.
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
If the purge existed in this country, Mexico would be safer. So Mexico would be. Come on.
Yo viví en
I hear what
México
you're saying.
varios meses y voy seguido. Entonces,
Well, I lived in Mexico. Yeah,
so
my whole
I can
life.
say, yeah, it's about the same. I mean, we've already adapted to it by this point. You know, at this point, we'll be good in any country. If you can make it out of Mexico, you can make it anywhere. to
That's
be
right.
honest.
Totally
You
true.
feel me?
Seriously.
But you know what? I'm
You can
excited.
make it out alive.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Bad Boy soundtrack. I know a lot of reggaeton artists were summoned for it. Right?
Yeah,
I think Nicky
yeah.
Jam's gonna be on the soundtrack. Might be in the movie too as well, or
Nicky Jam is in the movie. Yeah.
so. How was that? Did you encounter him on set? Or
I did.
How was he? Was he?
Did he need help acting?
He was great. I didn't have any scenes with him, but he was great. He was excited to be there.
Awesome.
So we all were, and it was just Bad Boys. It was just I grew up watching Martin. Remember the sitcom, and just Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, and then of course Bad Boys.
Yeah.
And then when I auditioned for Bad Boys 3, I was like, come on, I'm never gonna get this. Like, I'm never gonna get this.
What?
And then it's still, when I was shooting the movie, I couldn't believe it. I had to pinch myself. Like, really, this little Mexican is doing actually he's in a bad boy and playing a badass character.
Yeah, not
Rita.
the janitor, not
No,
the maid.
no. This is my name is Rita, and I play I play basically my characters as Mike Lowry, boss.
Yeah.
Mike Lowry is
Atta
played
girl.
by Will Smith, and I'm his boss.
Awesome.
So I play a badass,
So
a really
good.
cool girl,
Right?
and she's strong. She's I'm just so excited about this character.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see this character.
And I
Meet this
saw the movie, and then also 2 Latinas, and like Kate del Castillo is in it.
La Kate
When
del
she got
Castillo.
casted,
We've interviewed her, and she's
Yeah,
awesome.
I was so excited because we did La Reina del Sur,
Uh-huh.
and I was playing the villain in La Reina del Sur. and
Stop
now
it.
she's the villain in Bad Boys. So it was like,
Like now you know what it feels like to be
yeah,
hated.
yeah, exactly. That's what I told her. I said, you know,
Vas a ver,
because
mendigo,
when
ahora
I
ya
was
sabes cómo se siente.
when I was playing Kira and La Reina del Sur, I would get the most like the nastiest
Comments.
texts. People wanted to kill me, but they wouldn't say we hate you like in your character. They would say like, I want you to die, Paola. You're the and I'm like, wow, it feels so weird to
You're like, wait a minute, that's just a character.
yeah. And now I'm like,
Yeah.
Ya sabes.
now you're gonna feel a little bit of what I felt.
Working with Martin, Will Smith, right? That has to be extremely fun, very eye opening, I'm sure, and a learning opportunity as well, right?
Oh, for sure. Like
How so?
just I was part of the rehearsal process from the start. Like not all of the characters were casted when I was already in the project, so I got to see how the development of the project from early on, and just sitting there with the producers and Will and Martin, just reading the scenes and just listening to how they think and how they develop and just improvising, just to develop the scenes. I was like, oh my God. It's just, and Will Smith has this, he's such a leader and he's such a great leader. I learned so much about him, just how to behave, how to treat people, how to, it's just, his way is impressive. Like
Yeah.
I learned so much from him.
It's an art. Leadership is an art.
Yes,
oh,
it is.
totally,
You have to
totally.
know how
And
to
he has
encourage people, excite people.
Because we're all dealing with different emotions at the end of the day. So to be able to master to make feel someone good, motivate, you know what I'm saying, at the expense of maybe you not feeling that way.
Yeah.
It's
Tough, but
it's tough.
Yeah, but it can be done.
And being the head of the project, you're the one who sets that
You set the
that-
tone.
the
You gotta
tone,
set the
and
tone.
he's
Yeah.
so good at it, so good.
We have to meet Will Smith.
Yo, that's
I've
my.
never met
We share the same birthday. Me and Will.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
then,
one of those things that I know for
then
a
it's a
fact.
match.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I know I'm gonna be great because I share birthdays with Will Smith. You know what I mean?
You
That's
got
one of those
it.
things where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right in life because I share birthdays with Will Smith. We're the same.
Totally.
We're just as talented.
Totally, right? That's how it works.
Totally. Totally.
Yo, the Purge season 2 in January of 2020. I believe January 17th.
The Purge season 2 is
Bad Boys for Life.
airing right now
Yes.
every Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
Yes.
And Bad Boys for Life is coming
January
up this
17th.
January 17th.
Invite us to the
Yes,
premiere
2020.
at least, prima.
And of course you're invited.
You can't ask
Invite-
to be invited. You
Invite your
have to be
primos,
invited.
prima. I mean, we'll dress so nice, quinceañera style.
Mexico representing.
Yo, did you have a quinceañera?
I didn't.
No.
I was never.
Do you long for one?
No, because I was never a popular girl.
Oh.
So,
You don't have to be a popular girl to
Yeah.
have a
but
you
I
do have to have
didn't.
friends, I
but
guess.
because I was so antisocial, I was not. I didn't want that attention. So I said my mom. I told my mom I prefer to go on a trip to Cancun.
You said Cancun?
At that point, Cancun was cool. I promise.
I hear you. Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I did. I
Yeah.
never had my quinceañera.
Oh.
You should throw you a quinceañera, doble quince.
It's too late now.
No, it's never too late. Never too late to feel good. Paola Nunez, congratulations. Wow,
Thank
man. We
you.
applaud you. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Keep it going, man. Keep it going. We need more brown
Yes.
representation.
Oh, for
Yeah, I
sure.
think going back to the best, that was one of the things he said. I strive for setting the tone different for Latinos, not just, the typical role that a Latino
Sure.
gets on an American movie. I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be the main character. I wanted it to be, stuff like that. And I think he's helped definitely achieve that. It's as well as, directors like Guillermo
Yeah.
and stuff like that, definitely putting on for us, for the Brown. Y luego la muchacha, se me olvida su nombre, que ganó el Oscar.
Yaritza.
Yaritza, creo.
That's her.
Stuff like that. Yo, we get in there.
It's great because like my two characters, Rita in Bad Boys and Esmeralda in in The Purge, they could have been like from any nationality. The fact that I was Latina, I mean, it's a great character, but it could have been any ethnicity, and I like that when it doesn't specifically is like she's a Latina, and in the story it has a reason or it has the storyline is it's important because she's Latina. No, it's just another human being,
Mm-hmm.
right? and from it could have been any ethnicity. So it's great when you get away from the
Yes.
stereotype
Mhm,
of the Latina for that role. No, this is just a human being, a woman, like a
role.
normal woman.
Mhm.
It's a role. It could have been any ethnicity, and it happens to be a Latina.
Mhm.
And I like when. I think this is where we're going to right now, and in the entertainment industry, and that's refreshing.
It is. It really is. How do you feel about Latinos that don't speak Spanish or don't necessarily know it?
You know what I hate when they cast people that don't speak Spanish for Spanish speaking roles.
Mhm.
Did I say
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
correctly?
yeah.
And then Americans don't even notice that their Spanish is so bad,
Mm-hmm.
and then but we do.
Yeah,
Oh God, we do. Absolutely. We're very
I
judgmental
just
when it
like
comes to our Spanish.
Yeah.
I just like when people profit off of just knowing one or two Spanish words, you know.
That does happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's a hustle, but like, don't pretend like you all about it when you just not really. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
But in a way, aren't we holding ourselves back? Aren't we hating on our own?
I guess you could say. Listen. I'm not mad that they don't speak Spanish, but like,
That's another thing too. I don't think we embrace each other enough. Honestly, I
We
think
we
we're first
don't.
to criticize and then
for
love.
sure.
Totally.
Like, for example, okay, I was born here, right? So si yo voy a México, a mí me van a decir que soy pocho, gabacho.
But
I'm
what-
never gonna be Mexican.
But you know what? I'm really impressed because your Spanish is perfect.
It's really good.
I went to high school in Mexico,
Oh.
and for a few months, and I go every year. But even then, it's like, oh, tú eres un pinche pocho, güey. O sea, no eres nuestro. So we also battle the identity of like, what are we? I don't identify with the
Yeah.
American culture. What's American culture?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been called a pocho all my entire
I grew up
life.
at a Mexican household.
Mhm,
So all I know is Mexico. Pero
Yeah.
si yo quiero representar a México, me van a mandar a la riata. Me dicen, este güey no es de México, este güey es un
And
pinche
you know what?
pocho.
And on my end,
So you're
right,
like, what do I rap? What do I represent?
on
Yeah.
my end, right? I'm Mexican, Latino, right? Dark Mexican at that. You know what I'm saying? So people expect my Spanish to be on point, I believe, right? But my family believed in being Mexican American. Yes, you're Mexican, but we live in America, live in the United States. You can do whatever you want, be whoever you want. My dad listened to rock and roll because he thought that was American and wanted us to listen to it as well. So he was very gung-ho American. He wanted us to be American for a better life, right? Because they came from minimal education and basically nothing, from the dirt, you know?
Yeah.
But they also wanted us to never lose who we are as Mexicans.
As an identity. I think, yeah, we should all be united as Mexicans. But at the end of the day, I'm from a border town and I'm super pocha also.
Sí.
Because the culturals, if you go to central Mexico, is just so different.
Mm.
So the pocho culture,
Yeah.
I mean, the mix between Mexico and American culture, it exists. And that makes you have different ideas and different beliefs and different traditions. So we're all Mexicans, yes, but we can't deny that it's just different in some way. You're gonna think differently because you're Mexican American, and I'm gonna think a little bit differently because I'm Mexican American. Mexican from the border. So
Yeah, see?
I think
Your ideology
differently
is a little
from
more American.
from exactly.
Right.
I think differently from the guy that was born in Mexico City. So that makes us different, but we should understand that we're all Mexicans, and
the
we
end of the
should
day.
be at the end of we should be more united, and we are not. But that's part of how the human race is. We like to divide ourselves for some reason.
For
Very
some
true,
reason,
very
that's
true. Pocho gang.
Pocho gang. I got a lightning round too, primo, if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go.
All right. So I'm going to ask you 5 questions. You got to answer rapid speed.
I hate that.
Rapidito.
Don't say you hate it,
It's
okay?
easy.
Ready?
But I can't
Así.
answer. I have to think, otherwise I don't
don't
sound
think.
smart.
Who cares? Just have fun.
Okay, you're dealing with two very stupid people.
Just
so you're
have
fine.
fun. What's that? Okay.
Dang. Ready? Set. Favorite city in the world?
Tulum. Is that a city? Yeah.
Last person you texted.
My boyfriend.
If you had a pet pig, what would you name it?
Coochie.
Rhyme a word with sick.
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 Rick. I don't know.
What would you spend your last $20 on?
My last $20 candy.
And that's Lecheros Lightning Round.
That's it.
What kind of candy, by the way?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
I love chocolate.
Chocolate.
Chocolate's so good.
That's-
And shout out to Coochie.
Shout out to
Oh
Coochie
my
the pet
God!
pig.
I told you that I was not gonna be smart.
No, that's not smart. That's genius.
That's totally your fault. That's not
Not
me.
my fault. I think your boyfriend would be happy to know that your pet pig's name is
I love
Coochie.
the word Coochie.
Coochie.
Paola, thank you very much.
Gracias, Paola, prima.
Thank
Love
you,
you so much. Come
primos.
see us
Se te
anytime.
agradece.
Thank you. I would love that.
Yeah, this
Thank
is your
you.
home too. Real 92.3.
Thank you.
Cruz Show. Let's go.